back again with part 5. I greet you all and let's get right into it. Let's start with the big guns. There are two types, heat, meaning high explosive anti-tank, and kinetic, or just KE. Nearly all tanks have kinetic guns. Heat is mostly used by vehicles with recoilless rifles, but also sub-tanks use these rounds. Infantry-based anti-tank weapons and all ATGMs, short for anti-tank guided missiles, also use heat. I will keep it simple. Kinetic guns can't penetrate any armor that is higher than its AP value, short for armor penetration. But for every 175 meters that you are closer to your target, you gain 1 AP. That means a 16 AP gun with 2275 meter maximum range will have 17 AP if it shoots at an armor target at 2100 to 1926 meters, and so on. Heat will always damage any armor, no matter how high the armor or how low the AP of the heat weapon is. It will always deal at least 1 damage. If you want to know the exact formulas, values, etc., you can check another video I made a while ago, the link is in the description. Next damage type is HE, high explosive. All guns that have an AP and HE value can also shoot at infantry and will deal HE damage to them, not AP. They will also only shoot at infantry with their HE rounds. The reason why I tell you that is that guns which deal solely HE damage and have the AOE tag, short for area of effect, can also shoot at any vehicle no matter the armor. So for example, a Gepard A1 can shoot at a T-90S with its HE gun, deal very low amount of damage but stun and panic it, but also dealing some critical hits. A Leopard 1A1, however, will never shoot its HE round at a tank because its gun has an AP value. I hope you understand what I mean, but that's just how the game works. However, you can force any tank to shoot with HE at any ground unit by using the fire position command. The fire position command only works with guns that deal HE damage. It will not work with weapons that have no HE value. This basically covers guns, but there are also ATGMs. These can be divided into 3 types: guided, semi-active and fire and forget. The first ones are only found on ground units, infantry, tanks and vehicles. Guided means that the unit firing the ATGM has to stand still and constantly keep line of sight to the unit it shoots at, in order to be able to hit it. Semi-active ATGMs can be found on some tanks, on nearly all helicopters and on some planes. It works just like guided, with the difference that you do not have to stand still. The last type, Fire Forget, is used by many planes and the longbow as the only non-plane unit. Unlike the previous 2 types, you only have to keep sight while aiming and you do not have to stand still either. Once the missile is fired, it does not matter what the enemy unit does. Only the accuracy will determine whether you hit or not. Nothing else. And the last thing regarding weapons, when you click on a single unit, you can see the weapons at the bottom. Whenever it uses any of them, you can see 2 bars filling up and the percentage being shown. This number tells you the current accuracy of the weapon, which basically means the chance of the unit hitting whatever it is targeting. This number already considers accuracy modifiers like ECM and size. Now the bars. The upper bar shows you the aiming time of the unit, which is often just 1 second. However, some units like infantry and few vehicles have lower or higher aiming time. It is also influenced by the morale of your unit. Any unit has to aim only once with its weapon if it is shooting at the same target continuously, but re-aim whenever it shoots at a new one or if the target gets out of sight for a short amount of time. The lower bar shows the reloading time. Generally, your unit does not have to reload when it starts engaging an enemy, unless it just shot around at another one. Units do reload outside of combat. For example, if your tank just killed a vehicle and there's nothing else left to shoot at. Sounds sensible, however you can't really see how far it is with reloading the weapon unless it wants to shoot at anything. When reloading, it does not matter whether your unit stands still or not, which means that even your infantry will reload its anti-tank weapon while moving. Rocket artillery has the longest reload time. If you just shot a salvo with, for example, a Mars and want to shoot again shortly after, you can see the reload bar being stuck every few seconds since the reload time is that long. Reloading is also influenced by the morale status of your unit, unless it has an autoloader. I basically already covered the armor basics, but I repeat what I already said in an earlier video. All vehicles have the strongest armor up front. Some may have the same armor at the front and at the side, but especially tanks have very low side and rear armor compared to their front. And that was already part 5. As always, thank you for watching and see you next time.